Hello everybody, this is Tim here from Gunpowder Studios, and I'm just going to show you how the new Bag of Dungeon 2 is looking. So I'm just punching out the new floor tiles and item tiles and monsters and all these great things that we've included in the new game, and I'm going to set it up and you can see how it works. Okay, so this is Bag of Dungeon, and now anybody who's played Bag of Dungeon 1 before will know it's a very simple dungeon crawler game for 1 to 4 players. So I'm going to go straight in and start building the dungeon, but I'm also going to tell you about new components first. So we have 8 new character cards. We've got the Changeling, she can change shape with any dead monsters. We've got Wise Leaf, which is like a treant, immune to poison. They've all got different skills. A Fairy, which has got a great psionic blast and can travel across pits and quicksand, etc. We've got a Rogue Thief, which can do instant kills on criticals. A Gnome Herbalist, which can help heal the party, but also has a Raven, which can pick objects up. A Wizard with lots, the Wizard's fantastic, has lots of spells, similar to the Legends one, but different spells, but we wanted to include that in Bag of Dungeon 2. Hunter, which is a really good upfront fighter, skilled in crossbows. And Ogre, the brute, who can basically crash his way through any dungeon. So it is fully connectable to the original game. Okay, so for the first edition we got these amazing velvet bags which look great, and when we go to retail we'll probably go back to the cotton ones. So rule booklet, 20-page rule booklet. You can start playing Bag of Dungeon 2 very quickly from here. So you just got to read the first part and then you can refer to the rules later on. But it's a simple game to play, but hard to master. It's quite a difficult game, but that's fun, right? So let's get going on our little dungeon and see how it goes. Just started on a little dungeon. I'm using the Half Ogre to go and play a solo game, just to show you how it works. Very similar setup to the original Bag of Dungeon. Like I say, we wanted to make a game that connects. We can have a big dungeon or just play one or the other. Okay, so in this particular game your mission is to get in, find the 4 brood seeds, and if you do find them they give you special skills. Take them to the exit tile, which is the Maiden Tree, where you fight the big baddie Mornagol. He chases you around the dungeon, so you want to try and get through if you can. It's great fun and I think you're going to like it. So what have I done? I've started my character. My particular character does actually get to draw a weapon or shield, whatever you draw first from the bag at the beginning of the game. I've drawn a throwing axe. I started the game with 1 life because this is a solo game. If it was a multiplayer game, we get 3 lives. Okay, I'll get 10 health. I'll get 5 APs. I've gone into the dungeon, nothing much has happened. Now I've encountered a monster tile. You would place a little monster token on there if you wanted to come back later on. And I'm going to fight a monster, and it is a Black Willow, which gets 1 dice plus 2 to fight me. I get 3 dice plus 1 because I've got the axe, so it is in my favour at the moment. So let's see if we can take this monster out. Then mark its health points with the red counter, which is 6. And here we go. So this is me rolling. Okay, so I get 5 plus 1 for my axe, which is 6. The Willow gets 1 dice plus 2, which is 8. So the difference is 2. So I take 2. 1, 2. Okay. All right. I got a bit big-headed there, and it whipped my ass. Okay. Here we go again. Come on. Oh. Good rolls. Okay, I get 5 plus 1, 6 again. And this time the Willow gets 4. So I do 2 points of damage. 1, 2. Let's go again. The Willow gets 5 plus 2, which is 7. And I get 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 point of damage to the monster. Okay, 6 plus 1. Oh, plus 2, which is 8. Come on, ogre. 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 1, 9. 1 point of damage. Oh, this is definitely a tough little monster. Come on. Right, I got 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 1, 13. And the Willow got 5. So 13 minus 5 points leaves 8. So zoop. Okay, I've killed that monster there. Alright. So I get to keep this as a trophy. But I can also trade in these dead monsters, and some of the characters can actually resurrect them to fight for you. So there's some really cool new elements to this game. That's the end of my go. That basically resets my APs. Actually, I think I was down to about there. So it resets my APs, and we crack on. So I'm not going to play the whole game through now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the dungeon out, and I'm going to show you all of the new elements and things that happens. Okay, so stay with me, and yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, so here we are with the dungeon laid out. So in this particular dungeon, you can see there's a few more tiles than the original Bag of Dungeon, and I'm going to just explain those to you now. We've got the seed tiles. These are the brood seeds, which you pick up as the characters move around, and you have to take those to the exit tile. In this case, it's there, the exit tile. We've also got spiders' webs. Now the spider web tiles, when you enter them, you have to roll to see if spiders appear. If it's clear, you can use these to walk between webs. Okay, so this is a bit like you know, a fast track to different parts of the dungeon. We've also got the pit tile, which is kind of a trap, but also links directly to the Bag of Dungeon game. The other one, if you've got it. And there's another tile that links that as well, which is the connector tile. I believe it is here. Okay, so if you haven't got Bag of Dungeon 1, it's fine. You could just use it as a normal corner tile. We've also got boneyards. Now this game is tough, as I say. The monsters in it are particularly hard, and you're going to need some healing. So these boneyards operate in two different ways. One is you can take the token off, heal yourself completely of poison and health, restoring your character, or you can trade in any 3 monsters you've killed for an item. Either way, the boneyard closes. Okay, so there's 3 of those in the game. Plus there's the swamp tokens, and if you come across one of these, then you can choose to search the swamp or find an item. Who knows? It's a roll of a dice. So they're a bit like the item tiles in the last game, but with more choice. There's the standard monster tiles. These have got little F numbers on them, which for further development later on online content. And what else have we got? Okay, the red thorn tiles. Now, every time you go through one of these, they will poison you, because some of the monsters in the game, see if I can find one, some of the monsters also poison you. Okay, what happens when you're poisoned is you have to place a token in your character card, stopping you from carrying items, and you have to get these cleared. You can get these cleared by using the gnome character, which you can clear you of poison, or wisely, for instance, the tree ent doesn't get poisoned. There's lots and lots of different variations. Every single game is different because it's randomly generated, so you just don't know what's going to come out. But the tiles in this game they've gone up a few gears from the original one. Now, saying that, it is an amazing game to play. It is always different every time it comes out, like I say, but the end game can also be fun. When you finally collect all of the 4 brood seeds, you take them to the maiden tree on the exit tile, Mornagol appears and will chase you around the dungeon while you're trying to lay these brood seeds into these particular tiles, the ones with the red thorns. That's how you win. And also if you kill Mornagol, but Mornagol is pretty tough. If it reaches you, it will hit you for 4 dice plus 10. So sounds like a difficult game. It's not. Just got to remember to run away from monsters. It's a beautiful production. There's a few more tiles and tokens, which we'll all explain in the rules. This game also comes with lots of fantastic new items. Now this is what gives the game its gameplay, is how you use these items, how everything is juggled in the game. You never know what you're going to draw. There's some brilliant stuff here. There's all completely redesigned from the original game, but you can use all of these in the old game and vice versa. It's completely cross playable, if that's the word. But like for instance, look at this, the Warhammer. It does +5, +6 damage, but you have to have 9 health to carry it. There's a couple of traps, but there's excellent new tiles and objects and items and all sorts of stuff. Monsters wise, there's purple-sided monsters and green-sided monsters. Now what that's for is, in the base game, normal game, it's just green monsters. But if you decide to do the bag of dungeon first and come into the forest, then you would use the purple monsters, because you've got loads of gear from the bag of dungeon. So, or you can play it in a slightly different way. It's all explained in the rules, but it's got like multi-level guardian monsters or just standard ones, and you can work your way up. There's also a really nice campaign as well in the rules, which is the Chronicles of the Ring. You'll see this when you get the game, and it explains how you can run a little campaign as well. You also get this lovely little storybook introducing the history of Kalantur, the Cursed Forest, and how it came to be. So this is a lovely little intro, which will give you some backstory and also some theme. We've put a lot of work into this, and it's really looking great. So we hope you like the look of it. For people who also purchased the 3D minis, we've got those samples back as well. So let me see if I can show you these. I mean, on camera, I mean, they're actually really nicely detailed. Beautiful little figures. So these are the first print samples as well of these. We have, that's the hunter, that's the wizard, there's the ogre, there's the thief, there is the gnome, the fairy, the changeling, wise leaf, the guardian, and big old Mornagul, the baddie, which will be printed in black. They all come with the Bag of Dungeon logo on the back. And if you look on our website, you can see these in more detail, and we just wanted to show you these as well. So this is a fantastic little set, printed in high quality resin. Okay, thanks very much.